So there's many different manifestations of autism in individuals today. It's changed a lot in the past, even 5 years. But Abbey has more the kind of autism that's obvious, the kind of autism that you're diagnosed at 2.5, the kind of autism where you go to an autism school and you need speech and you need OT and you need an aid to function in the world. That kind of autism, which is why I use the hashtag Abbey's Autism. I'm trying to help people understand where we're coming from, so that if you have someone that's similar to Abbey or in that sort of pocket of autism, since we only have one word to describe it, which is autism spectrum, that's 2 words, but spectrum, it's kind of hard. It's hard to know how to help them. It's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what therapies. A lot of people feel like they're in the dark. So I'm going to share this little nugget today. Okay, so one of the most impactful parts of Abbey's autism that are a struggle for her is expressive language, organizational thinking. And I have learned from actually various online sources that Abbey learns speaks in memories. She's attached to memories as language. She thinks episodically, if you will, based on events of the past. So the term Gestalt Language Processor has been brought to my attention, and I love that word now. I understand what that phrase means. Learning language in chunks, learning chunks of words have meaning, and memories have meaning. So Abbey will go into a memory instead of using the feeling words. Here's an example. When she was 4 years old, she went to a program called the Clubhouse. And it was an after-school program for kids with autism, but there was a lot of intense behaviors, spitting, kicking, hitting. And she wasn't like that. She was kind of a quiet kid. So the Clubhouse became a source of anxiety and frustration. So she started saying the Clubhouse when she felt anxiety and frustration. She'd say, that's the Clubhouse, or the Clubhouse this, or I feel the Clubhouse, and it was all the Clubhouse. And no one knew what she was talking about. So when she was in about 8th grade, I made this. I called it a visual dictionary, and I drew the memory out for her. The Clubhouse. Yes, this is my artwork. Kicking, spitting, hitting, and then the feeling words down here. I feel, anxious, I feel sad, whatever, so that Abbey could then have a tool to translate for us. Now, I, of course, knew what the Clubhouse meant, but I could see socially other people didn't, and it made her even more isolated and frustrated. So we're starting a new therapy with a therapist for speech that actually is very much a proponent of this Gestalt language processor. She understands it. She knows what it is. I'm super excited. I'm going to be sharing the progress with you guys. But if you have someone that you notice, be on the lookout for when memories are being used as language, or a time and a place is used as a thought, like that kind of stuff, because that's a part of the language difficulty for some that are on the spectrum.
I'm writing down some of these memories and categories. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. And I also wrote a song about it.
I saw your music video. I really like your singing voice.
You know why I have a good singing voice? Because of my grandma. Because my grandma used to sing in the church.
Can I ask you, how is your brain different than other people's brains?
Because I can remember dates and times. I have an amazing memory.
Look at this next slide. You have a very strong episodic memory.
Other villain songs, which I don't like, or listening to the old dial-up modem sound.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's a bad sound.
Well, it is. It's the memory of when I had this old Apple iMac G3 computer when I was like 3, and every time I go on the internet, there was this little telephone pole with our planet next to it. It would just appear on the screen. That's the way the internet first started.
Do you think you could say that to yourself?
I can do hard things, but they are hard at first, but the more I do them, the easier they get, because practice makes perfect. Thank you.
You're so
And where's your cat? What's your cat's name? Is your cat a boy or a girl?
He's a boy. His name is Travis.
Travis, like Travis Scott.
Like Travis Scott. Yeah.
My brother Ben is obsessed with Travis Scott. He went to go see him in concert.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know, my cat's name is actually Travis Benjamin Scott. That's his name.
Just like the singer.